Hi, and welcome to Shelley's Everyday Adventures. Today we're going to talk about the New World screwworm fly. Um, this is important for you to know about. It is it's in Panama right now. We have had an infestation of this fly back in the 50s and 60s, and we eradicated it. We're going to jump into this and we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to explain to you how it can affect you. First, let's identify this guy here. It is this guy here. He's a fly, and he can lay his eggs in any wound, even as small as a tick bite. It can affect animals and humans. And this is what the tail looks like. Kind of looks like a screw, and thus the name screwworm. Okay, so the symptoms, what it does is it's a parasitic fly, and its larvae feed on the living tissue of its host. The wound may be as small as a tick bite, but it will rapidly enlarge, and they're foul smelling and may contain maggots. It goes on to say animals will show signs of restlessness, reduced feeding, discomfort. Humans can have unexplained lesions that don't heal and worsen over time. It's painful. You get the point. And here we have the symptoms in animals. You can check that out. I just Googled this, so it's here's the symptoms in humans. And early detection is crucial. If you don't get this taken care of, it can it can kill the host. These things are extremely dangerous for any kind of animal or human. Okay, this goes on to talk about its reproduction and its life cycle. Let's see. They are moving from Panama towards the United States. These flies have advanced approximately 400 miles northward since November of 2024. Okay. And here I talked about it once plagued American cattle, and now they threaten to return. Click on that and see what we have to say. Flesh-eating parasite, once a problem in the U.S. Yes, it was. And I remember it was eradicated in the 1960s. I remember as a child growing up, I live on a dairy farm. Well, it's not a dairy farm anymore, but it used to be. It was a dairy farm for many years. And I grew up milking cows. And I remember my dad talking about these. Um, I was born in the 60s, so he could remember when they were a problem here. So, yes, they were eradicated in the 60s. And how they did that is interesting. It costs a lot of money to get this done, but a female screwworm fly can only mate once. And so, what they did was they sent out a bunch of sterile male flies. So, once the females mated with the sterile male fly, they died. And thus, we were able to eradicate them from the United States. But it is looks like it's going to return. Um, South America has been dealing with this for years. They've been fighting it. Um, ugly, nasty thing. Um, okay, so we have temporarily shut down cattle imports from South America to try to keep this screwworm out of the United States. Now, you're asking, how is this going to affect me? Well, it will affect the livestock and kill them and cause a beef shortage. It can cause, and we've had it before, but in the 60s, there weren't as many people as there are today. So we're feeding a lot of people, and we need all of our livestock for various reasons, for milk production, for um, meat production. So my recommendation to you is to do your homework and decide what is best for you, how to address this for yourself. My suggestion would be to stock up. As preppers, we all know that putting stuff aside is a good idea. I recommend the Keystone meats. I can pick them up in my local Walmart. They have roast beef, they have the beef, and then they have the hamburger. So I recommend that you put some back and prepare for this, because I'm not sure that they're going to be able to stop this. And I think it's going to be a long-term problem. And they're not really, from what I can see, nobody's really talking about the impact that it may have on us. Okay, so check this out. Be aware of it. I don't want to go into anything too gross, but it's really a nasty thing. I've seen flies and maggots. This is different though, and what makes it different is that um, it can just decimate a whole herd of animals. So I hope that you'll take this into consideration and maybe think about what you want to do to prepare for it. And even if nothing really comes of it, you will still be prepared for something, anything that's coming your way that might be your personal SHTF. Okay, guys, so I hope that you will like and subscribe if you found any value in this video, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for being here, guys.